Okay. Mr. Saldani's here. No Mr. Robertson today? Oh, okay. Yeah, David just walked in right there, so, or he was out on the phone, so. Yeah, we can't get started without the attorney. Right, we'll probably, I mean, heaven only knows what I'll say or do, so.
The trouble will be.
Yeah.
We'll be approving all kinds of things.
You get to come up front. It's exciting.
Yes.
Yeah, there's one up there. Well, I saw Mr. Saldani, so I'll just wait a second for him to walk in and then.
I don't think he has a call at that.
What's that?
I can't imagine he has a call at.
No, I just saw him outside the door just a second ago, so maybe he steps away for a quick second. Maybe he is out of breath too. I had to walk like half a mile from where I park. So
that wouldn't make you out of breath. I'm sure you're healthier than that. Panting.
I sprinted though. That was the thing.
Oh well, that would do it.
Yeah.
Made it in good time.
Yeah, we'll give him till the end of the minute, and then we'll get going. There he is. Told you. Wasn't a figment of my imagination.
He's very leisurely.
Well, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I'll call the meeting to order and ask the clerk for roll call, please.
All right, Dr. Goodwin?
Here.
Mr. Mulligan?
Here.
Mr. Saldani? Mr. Robertson? And Mr. Hartwig?
Here.
Through the chair, we have a quorum.
Thank you so much. Let's see here. Then we'll move on then to item 3, approval of the consent item calendar or consent calendar here. Are there any corrections or additions or anything that needs to be changed in the minutes at all? And if there aren't, then I will ask for a motion.
Make a motion to approve.
All right.
Second.
Thank you. From BTT, do we need to do a voice vote, I'm assuming, or we have to do it individually? Yes, no? Or, oh, we aren't. I thought you said we were starting a webinar, so that's why I was, okay. So all those in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? All right, motion passes. We'll move then to item number, well, actually, I guess I should open the public hearing and swear in our witnesses. So anybody that intends to testify today, if you would please stand and raise your right hand so that we may swear you in. Thank you. Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give in the matters pending before the hearing board today shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you. With that, then we'll we'll call docket number C-23-09S, a short variance for Guardian Industries, and ask Mr. Roach to come forward. And I've already identified him, but can ask him to identify himself again if he.
Good morning, John Roach, Guardian Industries, and my new hire, new HS analyst, Claudia Hirotsu.
Morning.
Morning. If I don't think, Claudia, did you stand and get sworn in? If you're not going to say anything, okay, perfect. All right,
I told her not to.
All right, all right. Then I'll turn things over. I'm assuming to Estella here. Then, if you give us a report.
Yes, thank you. Good morning. My name is Estela Soto, and I'm a senior air quality specialist here with the district. And before you is Guardian Industries LLC, or Guardian. Guardian operates a 212 MMBTU per hour glass melting furnace with associated emissions control equipment, including a dry scrubber, an electrostatic precipitator, or EP, and a selective catalytic reduction system, or SCR. Emissions from the stack are monitored by a continuous emissions monitoring system, or CEMS, and a continuous opacity monitoring system, or COMS. The furnace utilizes a pair of regenerators, which consist of refractory brick arranged in a checkboard pattern to capture waste heat from the exhaust and use it to preheat the incoming combustion air. Exhaust gas passes through the duct on one side, heating the brick and cooling the gas. Every 20 minutes, the airflow reverses and the exhaust duct becomes the intake duct. When the airflow is reversed, the refractory brick releases its heat into the incoming air, allowing for higher furnace temperatures with less fuel use. Also, by capturing the waste heat, the flue gases are cooled and can vent into the emission control devices without damaging them. At regular intervals, it is necessary to perform maintenance on these regenerator packs. Maintenance is performed by adding 2 auxiliary natural gas fire burners to ports in the bottom of the regenerator. The burners allow the regenerator pack to reach temperatures of approximately 2,200 degrees Fahrenheit, allowing the sulfates and other contaminants to melt from the refractory and drip to the bottom of the regenerator, where they are later cleaned out manually. The burners are moved manually from port to port until the entire pack is cleaned. This typically takes 5 to 7 days of continuous burn to completely clean the regenerators on both sides of the furnace. This operation is typically conducted annually, although the frequency of the cleanings increases as the furnace ages. Therefore, Guardian has requested a short variance from the applicable requirements of district rules in addition to the applicable conditions of the subject permits. The requested short variance would be for a consecutive 10-day period to occur sometime between March 23rd of 2023 and April 30th, 2023 inclusive. If granted, the variance would allow the continued operation of the regenerative glass melting furnace and the glass manufacturing with excess NOx, SOx, and CO and visible emissions while the work is performed. The glass making process will stay in operation during this process. Variance protection is necessary because the glass melting furnace, once heated up, operates nonstop for many years in what is known as a campaign. It cannot be shut off without causing significant damage to the furnace. A glass melting furnace takes several days to shut down and several weeks to get back to operational temperature. The district believes that required findings as set forth in the California Health and Safety Code can be made and recommends that Guardian be granted a short variance with the conditions on pages 4, 5, and 6 of the staff report. And that concludes the district's presentation. Thank you.
Okay. Ms. Roach, do you have anything to add to that or a presentation to make or anything?
No, Estella did a bang up job to present for us. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, do we have any questions for staff or for the petitioner?
One question, this time comes off of their 144 hours of annual maintenance,
No, this is not considered emissions control system maintenance. This is furnace maintenance. So the 144 doesn't apply.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions? So it's a little different than the kind of the usual one we're used to seeing then. So, I mean, they're still cleaning the system, but it's just a different part of the system, I guess.
Yeah, annually, we do this pretty much annually. We've requested variances annually. The last 2 years, we've pretty much been able to control what we can do, but this year is going to be a little different. We're having, contractors come in to do this for us. So the risk is there.
Okay. You do, I mean, you see this being an annual thing going forward, presumably as well then? Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, a regen burn has to happen at least annually. And we're very close to the last leg of this campaign. So, but I don't foresee it being more than just an annual event.
When does your campaign end?
That's a good question. Very, very good question. So presumably we're looking at the end of 2026, presumably, but that's still up in the air.
And why did you say there was increased risk?
We used to control it ourselves. So with the increased risk, I mean that we have to have a very adequate line of communication between our control room and contractors that we're utilizing for this event.
And where are the contractors coming from?
Out of state, I know that. Our other plants, our sister plants, have used them for other types of events, such as what we call hot hold events, where we either change out the canal or rebuild the ceramic sidewall and front wall. So those are the same contractors that we use for that.
What would you estimate that the contractors are going to charge for doing this work?
Wow. The quote, I don't know the official number, but this is going to come off the top of my head. I would imagine this would be between 20 to 30,000.
Okay. If there's nothing else, from the board members, then, I'll ask then if there's any public comment on this matter.
There is no public comment in person or online.
I appreciate that. And you guys reviewed the conditions of the variance, you're fine with it, I assume, okay. Then in that case, I'll entertain a motion, for a short variance. Anybody so inclined?
Yeah, I'll move to approve Guardian Industries LLC petition for a short variance set forth in docket number C-23-09S with the required 6 findings of the Health and Safety Code adopted by reference as set forth in the staff report. The variance shall be effective for a consecutive 10-day period to occur sometime between March 23, 2023 and April 30, 2023, inclusive, or until the generator burns off work is completed, whichever occurs first, and shall be subject to conditions on pages 4, 5, and 6 of the staff report.
I will second.
Thank you, Mr. Soldani. All right, clerk, if you'll please call roll on that.
Okay, Dr. Goodwin,
Yes.
Mr. Mulligan,
Yes.
Mr. Saldani,
Aye.
Mr. Robertson, Mr. Hartwig.
Yes,
Through the chair, motion passes.
thank you. You guys are good to go. So, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, that takes us pretty far down our agenda here. So we're up to number 5, which is the public comment. I don't see anybody in the room here unless Clay really has something burning a hole in his chest. I think we're good there, and I don't see anybody online either. So we can move into number 6, hearing board comments. Any comments from our esteemed colleagues?
Just a question, do we have a sense of what next month's agenda is going to look like?
I'm sorry, I didn't.
Do we have a sense right now of what?
We haven't received the petition yet.
Okay,
But there's still time.
what's the cutoff?
I'm sorry,
What's the cutoff?
well, it would be 10 days prior to the next hearing date, or short.
Like April 9th?
Yeah,
What's the third?
yeah, the 19th is the,
So that's another thing. Usually we start hearing, and the central is so much last plan stuff, and then you reach out to. South, you get a lot quicker ones for oil field. But I can't guarantee you.
Thank you.
all right. Any other comments, questions?
Yeah,
Go ahead,
one kind of off the track, but I had read to one of the oil fields, I don't know if it's Era Energy, or one of them had sold recently. Is that,
Aaron, so, I can't remember the bottom.
does that have any effect on our work here or your work? Everything's the same?
That industry still just changes, of course,
Mhm.
regulatory change.
Hmm.
Yeah, all right, thanks.
All right. So this is an active hearing board comment period for us. Good job, everybody.
Too much isolation.
Yeah. All right. There's no new business here unless I don't think anybody has anything to bring up. So with that takes us to item 8, which is adjournment. So thank you all. Appreciate it.
I have a quick question.